Someone's rocking out with a pan flute outside.
What's happening? What is that?
It's a pan flute.
Is that outside your house, Wenzel?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hold on, I'm
Okay.
closing my window.
Can we tell him to fuck off too?
Alright, so I guess that's the intro, because I was about to do it, but this guy took over with the
Fuck off with the pan flute!
I
Alright,
should have yelled that.
so this is the Archives Podcast, episode number 5. This week we're talking about the active shooter video game and the lost art of calculator gaming. So, that's basically it. We got more stuff to talk about for not the intro, but for the actual podcast. Of course, I'm Jordan from Archives Media. If anyone else wants to introduce himself, that's fine. Otherwise, I don't really care. We can just get into
I'm
this.
going. I'm Wenzel, or Free Shavakadu.
I'm Patrick, also from Archives Media.
Not Free Shabakadu? You're not from Free Shabakadu also?
I mean, I could be Free Shavakadu if you want, I guess.
You gotta put in an application and join Free Shavakadu, I'm sorry.
Where do I get the application?
The porta potty outside Hagen's.
Okay, cool. Alright, should we jump into the first topic?
So, the first topic that we're talking about is calculator gaming. So, this week...
It's a lost art, fun fact.
It is a lost art, because I did it. I don't know if kids are still doing it nowadays, but I was at work. I got a graphing calculator at work. You know, sometimes I need to do some quick maths with the 1x function, which I can't find on any other calculator. And I was reminiscing back on the good old days when I'd be sitting there in class with the damn calculator, right? Now, of course, this shit wasn't allowed, right? This was off the books, you know? It's like the black market.
Yeah.
Like, when you put a game on a calculator, the value increases exponentially, right?
Yeah.
$40.
Is it really? I'm not...
I
with the
fucking
current-
know.
With the current market prices, you know? But back in the day, the price increased by $20 at least. I knew that. And I'm thinking, in the future, you know, this isn't going to be a thing, because they're just going to have tablets or laptops, whatever the fuck they're going to give them, they're just going to have shit on there. And they won't know the struggle of what it was like to pay text-based RPGs and Super Mario on their calculator.
They do now have tablets and computers.
I knew I had a computer in school, but it was like, you know, you sign it out once a week or whatever.
Yeah, oh, we didn't even have that.
Type it.
The school where my mom teaches, the students are given a computer at the beginning of the year.
Oh,
Dang.
But they have to turn it at the end.
I mean,
Right.
Like, they
obviously,
can take it home and do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they want with it.
Not kidding, I watched
We
it.
have when I was in high school, went to a pretty I don't want to say super poor, because we had it was pretty decent
Low
school.
budget.
They got
Yeah, it
federal
was low
money.
budget.
They got
I live in a
federal
small
money.
town, so there wasn't a whole lot of people. Toward my senior year, maybe my junior year, we got the cart
cart.
of
Yeah,
Chromebooks,
that's what I had.
and there was I think 2 or 3 of those for the whole campus,
Oh,
and they'd
really?
sign them out, right?
Oh,
And they'd be like, "Oh, Timmy got number 6 and Susie got number 7," and they would not let you leave. They got so triggered. They would not let you leave until all the Chromebooks were accounted for. And if there was one missing and nobody would fess up, they'd be like, "Okay, everyone open your backpacks." And
Did
it's
that
like, bro,
ever
first
happen?
of all, no. But it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
bro, first of all, who wants to steal this piece of shit? You can't do anything with it.
yeah.
I
Second-
played
Of course.
.io.
If you try to sign into it, they're going to know where it is.
Yeah. Or if you even
Third of
connect to
all,
the network.
Yeah, it has to be connected to the internet. Third
That
of all,
reminds
it didn't
me-
even have an enter key. It didn't even have an
That's
enter
right.
key.
I got a Chromebook now, and I got super pissed. I don't use it because it doesn't
It
have
has
enter. It has a search.
instead of enter, it has search.
It's the most useless thing ever.
You know how pissed off that makes me because I use a keyboard probably more than any other person in that high school?
Yeah.
Other people didn't really think twice because they don't really use computers in
Yeah,
their
use
daily
their
lives.
phones, so.
Yeah, but when oh my god. I'm
That
getting more
reminds me-
triggered than I should, but
That reminds me- one time in 8th grade, right?
Yep.
They do the same thing, but with the calculators. The calculators that I was just talking about. The expensive ones. And one time, one of them was missing, right?
Mhm.
No one knew where the shit was. So we were 30 minutes late to our next class because nobody
Oh.
would give this fucking thing back, right? So they search everybody's shit, right? They search my backpack, my pockets, whatever, right?
Yeah.
They didn't fucking find it, right? She did, you know, my teacher she did the whole thing, like, oh, I'm gonna walk out of the class, you know, I'll be back in 5 minutes. If it's not here, I'm gonna be back with the principal. You know, you won't get in trouble if you just put it back, right? No one put that damn thing back, right?
Yeah, you don't want, because everyone's gonna see you put it back, and then they're gonna be like, oh, it was Tony.
Yeah, well, goddamn Tony took it, you know? He's gonna
Tony!
Super Mario on it.
Tony wears freaking bread bags for socks. Of course he took it.
I thought it was this one guy, right? It could have been. Maybe he just hid it in the classroom somewhere when no one was looking. But that's what I think happened. But that thing was never found, and to this day, I've not heard of it being found. So maybe Tony hid it back. The guy's name was Josh, but I'm pretty sure he hid it somewhere and just. This dude was sketchy, you know. He went to juvie, all that stuff. He was that guy. The classroom criminal, I like to call him.
You know, you're stealing calculators. You're desperate for cash.
Oh shit! I had a sketchy dude show up my door the other day. So Patrick, you know it's been like pretty hot out, right?
Yep.
So it's noon. I hear some pounding on my door. I'm like, oh shit, who could it be? I walk out there. There's this dude, sweats, pitch black hoodie on, covering his face. He's like, yo. Is your roommate here? I'm like,
you answered the door to that?
I answered the door. I didn't think to look through my little peephole. I just like, all right.
Well, yeah, because like usually someone pounds on your door. It's like me.
Yeah, it's usually this guy or like.
Yeah, it's usually somebody you know.
I look through. Even if I ordered pizza, I look through the peephole.
Yeah, because you would tell them you're at the dentist. But that's
different.
For a different time.
Different. That's a different story.
But that's a different story. But he's like, yo, is your roommate here? I'm like, no. What do you need? He's like, oh, I need to talk to him. Can I come in? I'm like, no.
You're like, no, you stay out there. Let me go get my shotgun.
He looked like a tweaker. Well, the awkward moment is I don't have any shotgun shells.
That's okay. You point a shotgun at the motherfucker. He's probably going to get the message.
Yeah.
You point it and rack it, and he's going to say, oh, sorry, have a nice day.
But he's like, yeah, I've already been inside. I looked at your room. I'm like, what? He's like, oh, yeah, you got a pretty sweet computer setup. I'm like,
we're gun brawling at that point. Like.
You're like, no. I'd be like, you never come into my apartment again.
Well, I've started locking my bedroom door. Ever since that, I'm like, yeah. So it turns out, like, this is my replacement for when I leave. Like, this is the new roommate.
Oh.
But I was like, I would start with that next time. Before I'm contemplating how quick it would take me to go get my shotgun and come back.
No. You just close the door and you're like, yeah, let me go get him. I'll be right back.
Just come back with the...
He's not here, actually. Can I take a message?
I do have some 303. I could go to the door with my Enfield.
With your... You say, okay, I'm back here. Just open the door slowly. I'm laying down. Let me set the bipod up. Hold on.
It killed Nazis in World War II. I think it could kill a random guy at my door. Probably through the door.
I don't know, man. I'd probably kill him through the door.
I put money on that. Thick. Nah, these are some hefty rounds.
I know. I've shot that gun.
Yeah, you shot it once. I think.
Yeah,
you shot one.
No, I shot it a few times.
That's all you can do. Because once you shoot it, it won't re-rack. You know.
It breaks. I've still got the video. The piece of shit's broken again. Oh, that's great.
All right, so I think this leads pretty good into the next topic. So, PayPal is blocking the sale of the active shooter video game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
Okay,
so
I don't know which company did it, but there's a company that made a video game. It's supposed to be like a simulation to help train teachers and cops and kids or whoever, right? And there's a couple different roles you can play in this, right? You can play the students, where you just cower in fear and sit in a corner somewhere, right?
That would be me.
You can play the teachers, right? Where, I don't know, you gotta corral, or maybe you can't play the students. I think you can only play the teacher role, where you corral kids into like a corner or something, telling them, what the hell up this?
Like a sheepdog?
Because, goddammit, Sarah, if you keep crying, you're gonna get all of us killed, right? Like, that's what you
Tony!
Exactly. And then there's the cop role, where you bust into the school and you try and find the shooter and hunt him down, right? And you play the shooter role, where you just... No, it's pretty apparent what you do. You go in there and you shoot as many people as you can, right?
Okay, that's pretty fucked, but...
Oh, I found the game.
So PayPal is blocking the sale of this video game through their service. Now, obviously I'm not trying to say it's illegal for PayPal to block it, but do you think it's ethical for PayPal to try and dictate what people buy and what people don't buy?
I don't think that's ethical.
I don't think it is either. I don't think it's PayPal's
'Cause
job to try and decide what I should buy. If I'm a payment processing platform, I think it's my job just to process payments, not to decide what you should and shouldn't buy.
Like, are they going to turn around and say, I can't order a magazine off eBay for my Enfield because it's gun-related?
Yeah.
Well, the thing with politics now is that if they don't do that, I don't want to make this a political podcast because that's not what it is.
Of course.
But this is my opinion. If PayPal doesn't do something about this, whole gun situation, then in the eyes of the very, very liberal people, they are basically condoning it.
Yeah, I can see that.
You guys, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
If you're not with us, you're against us, right? The same kind of thing.
Like that, but...
And
the hard left will be like,
and
nope,
those people are then going to start boycotting, and they're going to start making all these, stupid facts that don't exist, and they're going to do, they're going to do what they do. And they're gonna boycott PayPal. They support school shootings, which is not true. No, nobody supports school shootings. That's not. Yeah, nobody supports the murdering of children. And so they just in order to protect themselves as a company from losing, potentially millions of customers, they're gonna say, hey, you know what? Sucks that you guys like to buy stuff through us. You might want to buy this thing. It doesn't matter if we condone this thing or not. We don't probably, but you guys can't purchase this here.
Okay.
It's like you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
So I'm reading that the game has been pulled and canceled.
Oh.
I don't know if you can actually get it anymore.
I'm sure you can pirate it somewhere, obviously, but not.
Someone has a copy.
Yeah, correct.
I'm not gonna go up on Steam and be like active shooter and find it.
Yeah.
This was actually relatively hard to find on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Google.
Oh really? All right.
But
I'm sure Google's blocking the searches too.
Yeah, I mean, I typed in active shooter, and the first thing that popped up was a .gov site on what to do in case.
All right, so I made it a permanent segment last week.
Hold on, I have a question about this active shooter game thing.
Okay, we're not done.
Sorry. Do you guys think that this game is any different than Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty?
What do you mean by different?
I mean, I can see where you're getting from. Because Grand Theft Auto, you're driving around the streets, you're killing people, you're running people over, you get money for that.
Yeah.
This game, the objective is to go ahead.
Stack bodies.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. It's supposed to be a simulation, right?
Correct.
Someone has to play that role. Because obviously someone else is playing the role of the cops and the teachers, right?
Yeah.
So inevitably, someone else has to play the shooter. That's just part of the whole scenario. You're not going to have an AI shooting up a school, so you're not going to have an AI playing the shooter in the game. You're going to have a real person do it who can think on their own, And that's how it was advertised. Not as, oh, come play this amazing game. It was like, hey, this is like a simulation to help train people. It wasn't.
Okay.
It was never a game for fun.
I mean, I guess if I was going to have a simulation, I'd want it as real as possible.
That's the whole point of the simulation, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't want, if I'm running a simulation as law enforcement to stop a school shooter, I wouldn't want an AI. AIs are predictable.
Yeah, of course.
You play it 10 times, you'll be like, all right, he's going to walk down this hallway at this speed. I can cut him off before he even sees a student.
Yeah.
But I'm also sure not everyone is going to wake up and be like, I'm going to go play this simulation and be a school shooter today.
Of course some people are just going to play it for the fun of playing it,
Yeah.
Because, the Army made a simulator to help, clearing buildings or something like that, close.
Have you seen their convoy simulator?
No, I haven't seen that one either.
Holy shit! It's a full-on Humvee in this VR room. You're surrounded by monitors, and you sit in the gunner's seat, and just randomly things will pop up and start shooting at you, and the Humvee will shake like you're driving down the road. It's fucking cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's bad to say.
Stuff
That's
with
cool.
like, you know, pilot training, but obviously like that's not political. You know, you fucking make a simulation to train pilots. You know, there's no.
But I do have one question.
All right.
What's the difference between going into a school and shit? Or there's a difference, but like political stance, not political. You'll figure it out. Going into a school and shooting up kids, then going into an airport and shooting up a bunch of people, because you do that in Modern Warfare 2.
That is true, but in Modern Warfare 2, you can skip the mission entirely, and I still don't get why people were so upset about that, because you can still do the whole mission without shooting up a single person.
Yeah.
You can choose to just
You can just walk along.
Yeah, you can walk. You don't have to shoot anyone.
But in most people who played it were like,
I shot fucking the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Of course.
I bust out that LMG and
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you think that's something that they could put into a Call of Duty game today?
Fuck no.
No,
yeah,
I think
definitely not.
Fuck no. Not as changed.
I think they're gonna catch. I'm really curious because Modern Warfare 2 is being remastered this year. Is that mission gonna be in the game?
I hope so.
I do too.
It's a huge part of the story. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a character that disappears out of nowhere for no reason.
Yeah, he'll be there one mission, then all of a sudden he's just gone.
He's just gone. Like it's part of the story, you know.
Yeah. And it's not like killing the people isn't part of the story. It's the end of the mission that's like important.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I guess they could just throw in a cutscene where they're like,
I mean, that wouldn't make sense either, but you know.
no, or like getting into a van, they shoot them, they're like,
I hate to
bye-bye.
boycott things for stuff like that, but I would boycott them just for not standing up for themselves, right? Because
we should boycott the boycotters.
Exactly. Because the people who are going to boycott it weren't going to buy the game to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, people like my mom, she's never going to buy the game. And she's, she's an anti-gun person, so she's not going to buy it, you know? She would probably sign something on change.org, you know, but like...
Ooh,
but some of the people that, like you said, it's your mom. But that also is, little Anthony, 14-year-old Anthony's mom who really wants the game. And if there's a scene where you shoot up an airport, she's going to read that on some Facebook thread. Oh, I'm not buying that for Anthony. That's too violent.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember when GTA 5 first came out? I told my dad I wanted it because I needed his help to buy it because I was still...
Like 13. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember how it was. We all remember it.
I remember being like, hey, Dad, can I get this? He's like, no, I don't want you to play that game because he heard that you can, like, go get a hooker and then kill her.
What?
Yep, same. That was the same thing with my mom.
But
and then,
but when you guys were
the most
13,
violent...
You didn't have debit cards? So you could, like, buy it on, the Steam store?
Nope.
Or...
No.
Really?
I didn't get a debit card till I was, like,
I didn't get a
17.
debit card until I was, 16 probably.
Okay, because I got one when I was 10, and I figured that's how kids are today. Is they're probably getting one when they're 10 because no one carries cash, you know?
So I'm curious, when did you guys get your first cell phone?
Fifth grade. Fifth
What
grade
was it?
would have been... It was a...
You know that Juke? The little MP3 with the phone built in?
Yep.
Oh, yep.
That's what I
The, like,
had.
really thin one?
No, I don't think it was thin. Hold on.
What company made it? Do you know?
I don't know.
I had a pink Motorola Razr.
I had a... Oh, yeah, I've
type
seen
in
this one.
Juke
Yeah, that's pretty
Verizon.
thin, Jordan.
Is it? Maybe
Yeah.
I remember it incorrectly.
Samsung.
but-
I thought it was this one. I had a... I don't... It was like a... It looked just like a Motorola Razr,
Mhm.
but it was
But it
like
wasn't.
it was like a prepaid.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, it was shit.
Is it just me, or does it frustrate you when you see, like, a 6-year-old walking along with, like, an
With his
iPhone?
iPhone 10. Yeah,
No.
and
And I'm sitting here, I'm like,
I just got an
I don't
iPhone
think
8
so.
Plus last week.
I don't think so. I think that's just how things are now. Like, my
Yeah, that is
grandparents,
just how
they
things
had to
are.
stick in a
But
fucking hoop, you know?
at the
Yeah.
same time, though, like, it's kind of, the same thing with our parents. Like, when we get these phones and our parents are like, oh, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
we had to fucking spin the dial to the
letters.
9 and then
Yeah.
fucking wait for it to go back, and
listen to the
then
cow
you
go
know,
moo. Like,
yeah, that's how times are.
yeah, like that's just what
I had to
sucks.
mail
society
my dick
has come
pics.
to. I'm not gonna get mad at some kid for living in the time he lives in, you know?
But do you think it affects how kids are being raised? Because like
Oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
we were raised like, you do good, you get to play video games as long as you want.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
at
And if
my-
I didn't do good, then if I had bad grades, my mom took the Xbox power cord, which I later figured out that I could use the power cord for the home computer, and I could play Xbox as long as she wasn't at home. But
So,
that's
tonight it was me and my family. Most of my cousins are at college. My uncle had his youngest daughter. She's I think 13, which I feel bad for him. Single parent with a 13-year-old daughter going through puberty.
yeah,
Oh,
no
okay, that
thanks.
sucks.
Me and my cousin Nat were sitting there. We were talking. She didn't get off of her phone for probably 2.5 hours. Her dad had to walk along and take her phone away and be like, "Hey, talk with the family." She threw the biggest hissy fit because of it.
How old is she? Is this the
13.
13-year-old? Okay.
Yes. And I remember me and Nat were just standing there like, if we did that,
Yeah, I'd get my ass
would be
beat.
grass. My aunts would be taking turns.
Yep, same. We'd be at my grandma's house, and my mom would take me upstairs, and she'd
There's no slapping. This would be
I
like
was-
closed
give
fists
me
too.
I was a
something.
well-behaved kid, so I wouldn't have that issue. Like, fucking someone tells me.
I mean,
bad
I was
shit.
too, but like I'm, you know, sometimes sometimes jacked out, and ooh,
That's debatable.
you didn't know me as a kid, Jordy.
I acted out once at a family event, and I was at my great grandparents' house on like Christmas. I learned very quickly that my great grandma doesn't give a fuck if she breaks skin, and she would use a wooden spoon. And after that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Someone
you're
tells
like, don't do that
So-
again.
Someone tells me go downstairs and get the folding table. I'm gonna go downstairs and get 2 folding tables.
Yep, and the chairs.
And oh god, I forgot the chairs one time, and she started walking towards the utensil drawer, and I was like, bye bye. I think me and my cousin hit it.
Yeah, my cousin said fuck in front of our great grandma once. She's still alive. She's like 94.
Oh god.
He said fuck in front. She doesn't do much. She's very old, so she can't.
Yeah.
You know, she's very brittle. She can't really do much.
Can't be-
But she
But
gives you
my
the look.
my grandmother found out.
Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
it was not a good time for Braden.
So like we swear a lot, right?
Yeah, but we are adults.
Yeah.
Who
But
like-
if you go to a family event, do you
Oh,
swear as much?
No,
No.
it's depends on the context. Is the conversation like I don't swear nearly as much. I try not to swear at all when I'm around my family. Like when you know.
Yeah.
But if we're like, oh yeah, and then I went down to the fucking bus stop, you know, whatever.
Fucked a
Then-
donkey right there.
Yeah, like then if it's if it's in context,
Yeah.
then you know it's fine.
You let out a little like shit.
That's
Yeah.
that's how adults live.
But
You need,
But-
so me and
you
my
need to get your point across.
I almost got the wooden spoon tonight by my nana. I was standing there, me and Nat were standing in the kitchen. There weren't any adults around us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking. She's like, "Oh, how much do you drink?" And I looked at her, I'm like, "Oh, I drink a fuck ton these days." My nana happened to walk through the door at that second. She's like, "You do what now?" I'm like, "I drink a lot."
You're like I go to church and I praise the Lord. That's what I do.
And she walked by. She's like, "Hey, none of that language. I don't care what you are or who you are. Not when I'm around." I'm like, "Okay, Nana. I'm sorry. Don't kill me."
Like, yes, thank you, sir. May I
Thank
have
you.
another?
Goodbye. She tried to force feed me a cupcake tonight. That was awkward.
Ooh, I like cupcakes.
I don't though. Like I don't eat cake or cupcakes. I like pie. And my whole family knows this, and they're like, "Nope, you're gonna eat this cupcake." And I was like, "No, rather not."
All right,
How
so
did, how did we get on this
the
topic?
game deal of the week. Made it a permanent segment last week, so of course this week I'm a word of my man. We're putting it in this week. So the Steam Summer Sale is going on right now. It's insane. If you don't have any money, you can't get in the sale. If you have a lot of money, you're probably not playing Steam games. But if you got just a little bit of money, but not a lot of money, you need to be at the Steam Summer Sale. But because soon you're gonna have no money. So get on Steam.
I'm actually about to look right now.
I got some
Get
great
Monopoly.
deals for you so that you You don't have to go looking yourself. I'll point you in the right direction. So the Steam Link, basically, it's kind of like Google Chromecast for your PC games. If you don't know what a Google Chromecast is or a Fire Stick, basically,
go fuck yourself.
you have number one, go fuck yourself. Number two, you have your Wicked Gaming PC in like your office or your den or wherever you keep it, and then you got a TV out in living room, and you can stream like your Wicked PC games onto your living room TV with this device. So you say you want to play Fallout with like a controller and just chill back, you can do that on a big screen on your couch and lay back instead of being like intense gaming up on your computer. Or say you got like Gang Beasts or WWE or some sort of chill game, like a party game like Monopoly, which is what I'm about to recommend. You should get this device. It's $250. You can stream it anywhere in your house. Normally it's $50, but it's 95% off right now. It's $2.50 to get this. There is like a $8, $9 shipping fee, so it does come up a little bit, but it's still a great deal. Number two, Monopoly. Me and Wenzel here have been playing the shit out of Monopoly the last 2 days. I bought it like a day and a half ago. I already got 15 hours. We've been getting turbo lit on this game.
How many hours do I have in this thing?
I don't know. And the last one, all Bethesda games are 50% off. You're going to want to get on that. I bought Fallout 3, the Game of the Year edition. I've been having a lot of fun playing that, replaying it, because my old Steam account got banned. Story for another time, whatever. Check out the Steam Summer Sale.
It got banned?
It didn't get banned, but every time I logged in, I would have to reset the password for some reason. I don't know why exactly, but I did have to reset the password every single time, which fucking sucked. And then eventually one day, they just stopped emailing me password resets.
That's really weird.
I've just been shit out of luck, and I just had to get a new Steam account and buy a bunch of different things.
So you have 15 hours of Monopoly, yes?
Yes.
I have 8.
Well, I was playing today all day. Well, you were...
I was fucking up all night playing that shit. Just to lose, too.
I saw that. I saw that when I woke up. You lost.
I was fucking pissed. I made one fatal mistake. And that was my downfall. I watched it slowly slip away.
Okay. So, those are the game deals of the week. There's a G2A link in the description depending on where you're watching. You can get some more discounts on there. I would recommend just buying it straight through Steam, but some people like to buy it on G2A, so I got a link there if you want it. So, my next topic is a little bit specific, but it kind of has a bigger effect on media overall. And my thoughts on media and users.
Okay.
So, The Incredibles 2, I haven't watched it yet, but a lot of people have been saying there's lots of flashing lights, and it doesn't have an epilepsy warning at all, so people with epilepsy, they're at risk for a stroke or seizure. That's what it is.
Seizure, right.
Seizure.
So hold on. So the theater I went and saw it last night.
Okay.
Did you go to the one by your house?
Yeah, of course I did. It's fucking
Okay.
2 blocks from my house. The theater did give us an epilepsy warning.
Okay.
And it was on the screen for a solid 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I think it falls onto the theater to do it.
Okay. So the studio didn't do it, but the theater did. Okay. But
Yeah, because like the studio is just gonna send out like, here is your film.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
here is your PDF.
PDF.
Is it PDFs or is it like a film? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's digital.
I have a friend who works at that theater. I'll do.
Yeah,
This
ask
is
him.
off topic, but
Okay.
I don't know if they know. But we'll figure it out. Anyways, later.
So,
Continue.
it doesn't
So
have
there's
an
no
epilepsy
epilepsy
warning.
warning.
So my thing is, it shouldn't need an epilepsy warning. It could be flashing, like the all colors of the rainbow, every half second for the whole damn 2 hours. It shouldn't need to put anything. I think if you have epilepsy, you shouldn't be going to some sort of movie like The Incredibles where there's going to be little kids with ADD who have a short attention span who aren't going to be able to sit down and watch a long conversation. It's going to be lots of action, obviously. And I think this also has to do with spoiler warnings, too. Because you know how whenever you watch a video on something, it'll say, spoiler warning, right?
Yep.
I don't think they should need to include it. If you click on a video about Red Dead Redemption, and it doesn't say spoiler free or spoiler anything, you shouldn't get mad when there's a spoiler in it. I think it's on you to figure out that you're watching a video about Red Dead Redemption 2. It should have spoilers. I think it should be the opposite. It should say spoiler free if you're worried about spoilers.
Yeah.
That's my thought. I think that the user of the media should be more responsible for their consumption of it, and it's not on the creator to baby them and act like they don't have a brain. I think you should be able to be smart enough to figure all that stuff out on your own. If you have epilepsy or if you're trying to avoid spoilers.
While that might be true, this goes straight back to the McDonald's thing where, oh, I spilled hot coffee in my lap. You didn't tell me it was hot. I'm suing you.
Yeah, I understand why.
How was I supposed to know the coffee that just came out of the fucking coffee pot was hot? It's steaming, but how do I know that?
Yeah, I understand why the companies do it. I just think you're setting the bar real low on society, and they shouldn't have to do that. There's a certain expectation of how smart people should have to be to participate in society, is what I'm trying to say.
If I was a parent and I went to that movie, because this is unfortunately how society is today. My kid has a seizure, he falls down, cracks his head. I'm gonna sue the shit out of someone.
Yeah.
That he didn't have a seizure, or like, I used to have seizures a lot. I got my doctor to blame. Dehydration, don't know what the fuck caused it. It's not the epilepsy. But if it was someone's fault, I would definitely try to sue the shit out of them.
I would too.
America.
Yeah, that's the society I live in. I would too. I'm just saying.
That's why they put that warning there.
I'm just saying that's fucked up. Is that you shouldn't be able to do that. Is what I'm saying. But you can.
Shouldn't and yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I spilled hot coffee on myself. You didn't tell me it was hot. I'm suing you.
Yeah, like.
That would be like me giving Patrick an apple, and he gets sick from it. He'd be like, I'm suing you because you poisoned me with this apple that you gave me. I'd be like, the fucking apple I picked from a tree. How am I supposed to know there's a worm carcass in it?
No, there's like this happens. Like a burglar can break into my house.
Oh yeah, in the state of...
If he gets bit by my dog, or like he breaks his leg climbing through my skylight, he could sue me.
I saw that in Texas there was something like that. And they totally got wrecked because the guy, like 3 15-year-olds broke into this guy's house and he fucking shot all of them dead with his AR-15, and then their parents tried to sue. And I'm like, not our fault. You're a fucking shitty parent and your kid's breaking into houses. Like,
in Texas, you can get away with that. They have the Stand Your Ground and Castle Act. In Washington, if someone broke into my house and I shot them with a shotgun, I have to make sure they're dead. But I also can't go up to them and execute them.
Yeah, you can't shoot them in the back or something like that. Like, in my opinion, if you break into someone's house, like, you have forfeited your right to not get shot or not get bit or anything like that. Like, you're fair game at that point. You basically attacked someone, in my...
That's one of the reasons I have a shotgun, is because that racking sound is like, that is my hope.
Echoes. Yeah.
Yeah. That is my hope that whomever is in my living room, they hear that and they're like, oh fuck.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at that point,
like as effective as a warning shot, you know?
Yeah. If you have private property and you have a no trespassing sign and trespassers will be shot, you have more wiggle room.
Yeah, but if they take it down though, and you can't prove that they took it down, then you just lost your wiggle room, which I have mixed feelings about, but I understand it.
To me, that should be like tampering with evidence or destruction of property.
Yeah, but if you can't prove that that person took it down, like what if someone else just took it to hang it in their fucking den or whatever, you know?
You know, like how I stole a stop sign?
Theoretically, yes. I wouldn't admit to that, but...
I found my stop sign out in the middle of a field, so it's mine now.
Yeah.
In the field, huh? Is that what you're going with?
Yep. I mean, it's full of bullet holes in my defense. You may have seen it on my Snapchat story.
Okay, but yeah, that's kind of my whole deal about that. Because, like, you know, if someone like Wenzel comes along and takes it, like, you don't have it anymore, but you're still trespassing on private property. You know? Yeah,
that'd be like, Patrick has a don't trespass, trespassers will be shot. I walk along like, I'm gonna rob this motherfucker. I pull the signs down, I walk into his house, grab his TV, he shoots me, I'm still alive, I could be like, hey, guess what? I'm suing you for this TV now. and I would win, and I'd get your TV.
All right. So, I was at some management class today, or not today, but this week, right?
Oh no.
I learned about something that it could only be invented by the British, right? And I think it's a little bit, I don't want to say poetic, but it's pretty good, right? So, in this section of the class, in this section of the class, you're learning about trying to get people to do what you want them to do by convincing them that, like, by doing what you want them to do, it'll benefit them, right? I don't exactly remember what this section was called, right? But I learned about this thing called the Letter of Last Resort, right? So, the British, they got 4 nuclear submarines, right? They all go in like 3-month rotations every year. They take turns out in the ocean, and if British ever gets, like nuked or whatever, then these submarines, they're out there ready to do whatever the Prime Minister wants them to do. And that's what's on this letter. So, the first night in office, every Prime Minister writes a letter to these 4 submarines, right? And they go in a safe in a submarine in the bottom of the ocean, right? And after, and if, the submarine captain or whoever, British gets nuked and they're the last ones there, they open up this letter, and that's like their final order for what they have to do, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think, or what would you write on that letter if you're the Prime Minister of Britain and the country's been bombed and the last thing that you have is this submarine out in the ocean with 18 nuclear warheads?
Shit.
I'll tell you what I would write.
Yeah, I want to know what you
have.
Yeah.
Before I put the burden on you. So, basically, what I said is, if you have any, like, allies left, of course, they're, like, them and Canada and New Zealand and Australia, they're all kind of, still somewhat under the same government.
Yeah.
I would said, go to Australia, then New Zealand, and then Canada. If they're still around, make yourself useful to them. You're now at their disposal. If they're not around, then just, Captain, do whatever the hell you want to do. You want to blow the fuck out of Russia? Blow the fuck out of Russia. Because the whole point of a, mutually assured destruction is that the other country has to believe that you're willing to blow the fuck out of them for blowing the fuck out of you, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't convinced them to blow the fuck that they're gonna blow the fuck out of you, then the whole thing's pointless, right? But of course, I wouldn't just go ahead and doom mankind, right? Like, oh well, we've already lost at that point, so
yeah.
I wouldn't just say doom mankind. I'd say go along with our allies. If not, it's up to you to do what you want to do, Captain. So that's that's what I said I would do.
So is it just Britain that got nuked, or is this like total global
That's what I
annihilation?
put in there. Like, as far as they know, Britain's gone. That's all you know, as the captain or as the Prime Minister writing the letter.
Okay, so what I know of, like, naval communications,
mm-hmm.
you always are in communication with someone. You're always within range, unless you're at MCOM.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
They can't output frequencies, because then they could give up their position to other nuclear submarines or other submarines.
So this is like
they have to keep
Britain
themselves. They can only receive. They can't send.
Okay, but would they Did they? Because everyone knows, like, if you're working and you have a nuke launched at you, you're gonna know it's launched at you before it touches down, right?
Yes.
So then the commander-in-chief could be like, hey, sub, this is who launched the nuke, this is the situation.
It's going to be pretty obvious who launched it.
Okay, so the Russians launched the nuke.
Yes. Well, I mean, it could be, it could be anyone. It could be the Chinese.
I'm going to say the Russians because, they very nuclear.
All right, we need to get along with this.
Okay. North Korea launched the nukes.
All right.
At Britain.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Britain convey the message like, these are the people who are still alive?
Who? What do you mean?
So, like, they'd be like, hey, the U.S. is still kicking. They don't have nukes coming at them. Go report to them. We're like, the Aussies are still kicking. Go report to them.
No, because it's a letter. That's
Oh, so we're just going off the letter.
Yeah, they write a letter that's in a safe in the sub at the bottom of the ocean, because that's the only thing that they will know is 100% written by like a elected official.
So like the sub was at MCOM sitting at the bottom of the ocean, so they didn't get any.
That's how it is all the time.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So they're just chilling out for 3 months, just floating around.
Yeah, they could be. They could be at the North Pole. They could be in the middle of the Atlantic. You know, you never know where they're at. That's why they just have this letter to go off of.
I'm watching a TV show that's kind of like this. So in the show, there's a flu that the sub was at the bottom. What?
What would you write?
What would I write?
You have to choose. What would you write?
I'd probably break it down to a procedure where you look for survivors. You can, like, surface, keep your passive sonar on, so in case you find another ship, you can be like, hey, what the fuck is going on up here, buddy, old pal?
That's not how it works.
I'm giving the sub orders, aren't I?
Well, you said keep a passive sonar. Like, well, that's not something that exists, though.
The passive sonar does exist.
All right, well, just go on with your whatever this.
Because there's passive and active sonars for warships and other vessels of the sea. All right, so I'd have them go find another vessel and be like, hey, what's going on? And if there's another nation still alive, go aid them in whatever's going on.
All right.
Because at that point, if someone's launched a nuke, all gloves are off. Everyone's fighting it out. Because of, assuming it was the UK, they're part of the United Nations. United Nations is gloves off. And they're going to butt-fuck North Korea with everyone.
All right.
Assuming everyone's still alive.
All right.
So I think everyone has... I want to say everyone has a ship like that. Where there's like final orders somewhere. Do we have that?
It's a little different. Patrick, what
Okay.
would you write?
Patrick?
Hello.
What?
What would
My
you write?
audio was cutting out.
Okay.
I don't know.
You don't.
It's a very hard thing to
This
wrap
is
your
assuming
head around.
that like the government is already collapsed, right? Like this is assuming that
yes,
like
you know 100% that the British government is completely destroyed.
tell them go to
Return fire?
to one of our allied countries and just try and live. There's no reason.
Okay, we're all on the same page because that's what I said.
Yeah. My theory is if you return fire, that's like your nation's already dead.
It is.
Nuking another nation is not going to help.
It's not going to solve anything. Like you might as well try and survive.
Yep.
And whoever nuked you is still going to get repercussions because in our day and age, you can't really get away with like.
Yeah, you can't just like nuke someone and everyone's be like, yeah, that's fine. They deserved it. You're
cool.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fine.
I guess he nuked him, you know.
This guy was kind of being a dick. I guess we would have done the same thing. Like, hey, thanks, Kim. You saved us a nuke.
North Korea nukes South Korea, nukes themselves in the process.
Yes, I don't want South Korea to get nuked, not at least for the next year.
Oh, Jordy's not there yet.
Well, you're gonna be.
Well, like if South Korea got nuked tomorrow,
I'm going today. All right. So
when do you?
September. So Instagram TV came out this week. It's a new platform by Instagram. It's for vertical long form videos. So instead of going on YouTube and watching, videos made for the YouTube platform, which are horizontal and not made for a phone to watch on, these are made for the phone. You can only upload vertical videos. I uploaded one just to try it out. Do you think this will be a YouTube killer? Because personally, my thoughts on it are most of YouTube's traffic now is actually mobile. It's like 60% of the traffic is from mobile devices.
Yes.
I think this will take a huge hit on YouTube because since Facebook what is it? They made like their video platform, right, on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've already taken a decent hit, and now that
Facebook is running ads on their videos now too. Like
you can make money just
like
noticing
that.
So, do you think this will take a huge chunk? Because I think it's going to take a huge chunk out of YouTube's new their new source of traffic, which was mobile, but because there was nothing really to compete with it other than like Facebook. But I think that this is it's going to be a new culture, of course, right? Like you can't just upload videos from YouTube and put them on Facebook and get like the same type of reaction because there's different cultures on each platform. But I think it's going to take a huge cut out of YouTube's revenue and business model. YouTube's going to have to implement some changes, you know, if they want to keep creators making videos for their platform.
I don't think YouTube is going to take a hit.
Not at all.
I think it will. Okay, because think of all the people that you follow on Instagram, right? Like all these, you know, these Instagram famous people that they're like, oh, hey, if you guys want to watch my vlogs, you guys want to see my makeup tutorials or what the hell ever else you watch, go watch it on YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. Because that is the premier video platform for this day and age.
Yep.
But now you can do it all, you know, on the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a whole separate app. You can, you know, it's all in one package.
Exactly.
I could see it. It might work.
It might work.
Might.
All right.
I'm not too like I don't use Instagram that often.
But
okay.
So I don't know too much about all the features
but you
Instagram has.
In the minority.
Yeah, for our age bracket, people are on Instagram more than they are on Facebook.
Facebook or YouTube?
Which is weird because I'm definitely on Facebook more than I am Instagram. But
you're the outlier. We are, I guess.
Wait, Facebook is doing this?
Well, Instagram is owned by Facebook.
Facebook owns Instagram. So
I didn't know that.
But Instagram is doing this. This is an Instagram thing. Facebook already has video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So a little bit of a transition here. I know 10 years ago when Fallout 3 came out, I had an iPod Touch. And I was freaking out because I found this one app that let me have a Pip-Boy on my iPod Touch, right? It was like, of course it didn't do anything. It was just like a little interface, right? But it was still cool as fuck, right? So now, 10 years later, I have a smartwatch by Samsung, right? This thing tracks my damn heartbeat. It keeps track of how much water and coffee I've drinking. All kinds of other stuff, right? And I'm looking in the App Store. I was trying to buy a new Tetris game for my watch, right? Because if you pull out your phone in like the middle of a meeting, right? Like people are gonna know that you're fucking off, right? But if you're just playing on your watch, you're like, oh, you know, I'm tracking my water intake or whatever, right? No, I'm playing Tetris. Go fuck yourself, right? So I came across a Fallout watch face, and on that shit is actually some useful stuff, right? So there's like an inventory, a gallery where I can look at my pictures, that sort of thing. I can, all from my watch face, check how much water I've drinking, see how much water I need to be drinking, see if I've kept falling behind or whatever, see how much coffee I've drinking. All I'm saying is, if you have a smartwatch, go check out if there is a goddamn Fallout watch face for your smartwatch. I don't know if it's on like Apple Watches. I know it's on Samsung's watch. I'm pretty sure it's on the Moto watch too. Go check it out. If not, someone's probably developed one for each smartwatch because they're just like me and they were freaking out when you could find out you could get a damn Pip-Boy on your wrist.
So who had an iPod before touchscreens existed?
Had an iPod Nano.
Yeah,
I had an iPod Classic.
I don't know if it was the Classic. The one with the circle thing, you know, you had the...
Yeah. I had the fat one that was like 250 gigs. I felt like a king.
I think I had the Nano. Yeah, I did, because I remember Patrick's red Nano. I had the older version.
Yep.
And then I got an iPod Touch. And I remember the first game I had on my iPod Touch, it was a stupid frog game where you grew frogs and you made them eat flies.
Okay.
Thus is my experience with early technology. Mobile technology.
All right.
God, technology's advanced a lot in our life.
So I hate to bring up another semi-political topic because that's not what we want to talk about.
I'm excited.
That's not what we want to talk about, of course. But I do want to know what you guys have to think about this. So
If it's Prop 192, I'm leaving.
I have no idea what that is, and I don't care. But you know what pisses me off? When people protest, and they protest on roadways. They stand in the fucking road, and you can't hit them because that's illegal, but they're just standing there not doing anything, just holding up everybody's day, wasting everybody's time, not adding anything of value to society, right?
Yep, there's sidewalks for that.
Exactly.
Ooh, I gotta...
So I think if you get hit, like, it's fair game. The person who hit you shouldn't be, charged with anything because you're standing in the road. Like, what the fuck did you expect to happen? Again, this kind of.
What if you don't just not get charged? What if there's like a fine? There's like a there's like a $200 fine.
I get $200 and I can hit the protester?
Hit as many as you want, or would it be
No. $200 per person you hit.
What?
Oh shit! So I'm gonna hit
it has to be
guys.
It has to be steep enough that you're like, oh, I shouldn't fucking do that because I'm like running a human being over with my fucking car. But at the same time, you're like, I got $200. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm late.
What if I open my door and hit them?
I think.
Oh, you're fair game then. They shouldn't stand so close to your car.
I think that if you're standing in the roadway where cars, it's for cars, right? Like there's bike lanes, there's sidewalks, and there's the road for cars. Like that's where cars go. That's not where you go. You're not just crossing it. You're hanging out there, right? Like
what if I identify as a car?
Then you can go.
Again,
you can get hit by a car.
You aren't smart enough to participate in society, so you get hit by a car. It's that simple.
That should be a new method of like execution.
The argument for this is that it's your First Amendment right to protest, right? You have a right to protest. But my counter to that is, you have a right to be protesting. You don't have a right to be heard. You can say what you want. People don't have to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, and when you're in the road, you're kind of forcing them to listen.
Someone to listen to you, that's not protected. So that is.
I got a scenario that I want to throw at you and see what your thought is.
Okay.
Okay, you and your wife is having a baby. You're rushing to the hospital.
Yes.
People blocking the road.
Yes.
Your wife and your baby die because you couldn't reach the hospital.
Yes.
Whose fault is that?
It's their fault.
But they're using their rights of freedom of speech.
They have a right to say what they want to say, not block me from getting to where I want to go.
Yeah, they don't have a right to block public roadways.
Yeah, I've paid for that. With my tax dollars.
Yeah.
I have a right to use it.
And then I got one more.
Okay.
So you're a manager.
Yes.
Your employee calls in sick, and you're like, all right, they're sick.
Okay.
Well, you go to lunch where did you go for lunch? You go to Hagen's, get your sandwich, hop back on the freeway to get back to Heath Techna, and you get out, and traffic's like dead stop. And because the way you are and the way you're raised, you get out to make sure no one's hurt, and you get up there, your employee is laying in the middle of the road blocking traffic.
Okay.
Protesting.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about, so.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, she's a dumb person.
Okay.
I know exactly who this is.
Would you fire her?
Depends.
She lied to you.
She lied and said they're gonna call in. They're sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you work in the aerospace industry where like
I do. So.
This part, you do. This part needs to get done, and it did not get done because she was out laying in a street protesting.
What do you mean it needs to get done? Like who decides it needed and what didn't? Because that kind of.
You work in a manufacturing facility. You have an order that needs to be filled.
Okay.
This person does this thing.
Okay.
This person is like, hey, I'm sick. I'm not going to be here. This thing is not going to get done now.
Okay.
You discover they're lying and they're laying in the fucking street being a snowflake.
Yeah.
And you discover that.
Yes.
And you fire them.
I would fire them.
Yeah, I would too.
Hold on. Does their contract say that they can use sick days? Does they have to be sick for sick days, or can they just use them because they want to fucking use them?
If you call in sick, you are sick.
Okay, yes.
If she called and said, I am going on vacation, this is planned.
Or just say personal day or something.
Yeah, personally, like, but because she said sick day.
Yeah, I would 100%.
Okay. That's it. That's all I had.
Okay.
I fully agree that she was in the wrong.
Because if I owned a company, and you have, I don't know how it works, like, not working for the government, like, how many sick days you get a year, what you can take off, but, like, if I give you 12 sick days a year, like, that's just a day off, right? Like, and if you want to use one of those to fucking go have sex on the beach, like, it's a day off
that you can use. Fuck you want.
Yeah.
Would you rather...
But where I work, like, if you're just sick, you get the time off, right? Like, doesn't matter. Yeah. And if, last year, I didn't take
Well, you're salaried, aren't you, anyways? So
yeah. So I didn't take any days off. So if I got 15 days off for sick, like, I wouldn't have got them anyway. So, like...
Did they pay that out at the end of the year, or
no? No, you don't get any days off if you're not sick. But if you are sick, you just get the days off and you still get paid, so...
Okay. I guess it doesn't... It's different on salary because you're on salary.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, where my dad used to work, right? Like, you earn, like, a week paid vacation every year.
Okay.
And if you don't use it, I don't know if it's after 1 year or whatever. Let's say after 1 year. They pay it to you. So they pay you just, like, an extra week at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather take the week off.
Where I work is...
I mean, yes, I would too, but sometimes...
And you don't spend it, it just gets taken away. So you have to take your time off.
So you're incentivized to use it then, because otherwise it's wasted.
Exactly.
Okay.
Some people wouldn't care, but...
Yeah. I know some people were like, yeah, I get a week off a year. I don't take it because they're fucking workaholics and they like working.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Like, I get so much time off. Like, I'm going to have to just take a month off here pretty soon just to fucking get rid of some of it.
So you don't lose it.
Exactly. Like, I need to take it. Otherwise, I just lose it. So I might as well take it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I know that's how teachers work.
Yeah. So, I'm out of topics. I know Wenzel has a few, but check out our Patreon if you really want to up your support to the next level. That's all I have to say about that. I'm not going to push on anyone, but check it out if you do.
I have one topic. I discovered I had two that were the same thing.
Okay.
Project Linda. Anyone know what that is?
No, hit me with it though.
So Project Linda is Razer's new phone laptop combo.
Yeah.
Supposedly this phone is it's like you have your laptop, your phone goes into the laptop to power it.
Hold on, let me Google this.
Okay. I think I've seen some trailers for this.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks cool.
Yeah.
So your phone is like the touchpad for your laptop?
Yes. You can also play like your games on your phone.
Samsung has something similar to this. I'll talk about it.
So it's like a PlayStation Switch, but laptop kind of. Nintendo Switch, excuse me. PS Vita kind of thing.
How powerful is this phone? Because in the videos I've seen, they're playing like League of Legends, which isn't a very it's not hard on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
But like
still,
how
like a phone.
Yeah.
Although there are like comparative titles. There are comparative mobile games
I can play
that I can play on my iPhone, like
PUBG on my phone.
Minecraft and League of Legends use almost the same like hardware requirements, right? And there's Minecraft for the phone, so I mean, and now they came out with that in like when, like 2012?
Years ago.
So I imagine by today they should be able to pump out phones with the power to play League of Legends on it.
But like, how powerful is this phone? Is this something that I can sit down and play?
That's a good
GTA
question.
Online on my phone?
Okay.
Or is it like the phone has
Windows?
50? That's like one of the other things that like.
Looks like it does.
I know there's Windows laptops with SIM cards, so it's like having a Windows, tablet with, cell reception.
Right.
I want to know, does the laptop have added software to like boost it a little, or is
it's gotta. There's no
all
way.
just all on the phone?
Because Samsung, I think, has like a smart dock, right? Where
Yeah.
you take your phone off of it and you have a phone, right? But you put your phone on the dock and you connect it to a monitor and it charges your phone, makes it a little bit powerful because it's got wall power now too. And you use your phone, you got all the same files, and you use your phone in desktop mode.
Yep.
Which is pretty wicked. But if I could have something where like my phone and my computer are like one and the same, because I already have a Moto dock on my phone. So if I can just drop that like on my computer and just transfer files or do whatever I want to do, like I would pay a decent amount for that. Because like even if I just want to have like a I was talking about making the Instagram video for the new IGTV. And it was like 600 megabytes, which I just had to fucking email to myself, and it took like an hour to do because I had to upload it to Google Drive, email it through Gmail, and then download it to the drive on the phone, and then download that from the drive to my phone's hard drive. And if I could just like drop my phone on there and have it just like, you know, connect and just there to there, I'd pay a decent amount for that. And transfer files just for like the file transfer, that sort of thing. Like the future will be wicked. I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm on Razer's website now looking at this. So the phone's actually not that big. Like there's iPhones bigger than it. It's a 5.7 inch touchscreen. So that's still like that's a big phone. But it's not like
I wonder how big
I've seen Samsung phones that look like a piece of toast.
How big is
But what I'm reading is you plug it into your laptop. The laptop's 13.3 inches. You can use the phone as a second monitor while it's docked in the laptop.
I mean, what would you keep on there though?
Porn.
Okay, it's 5.
I mean, a map like.
Like YouTube, 5.7.
Okay, mine's 5.5. So.
Alright, so it's a tiddly bit bigger than your phone.
Yeah, my phone's pretty big though.
But the laptop is also a power bank. So while your phone is plugged in to its little cubby, Project Linda can house local apps, games, media, and offline phone backups.
Can it be used without the phone?
Yes, you can connect a mouse to it.
Okay.
This is one problem I'm noticing it has. 200 gigs of internal storage. That's not that much.
That is not. How much does the phone have?
I'm imagining something you can pop up. It's not giving me the phone right now. I would have to go to a different site. I like the fact that they advertise the 3.5 millimeter jack for headphones. Because in today's day and age,
my phone doesn't have that. I just have a.
My phone doesn't have that.
My phone doesn't either. R.I.P. the headphone jack.
I think it's a good thing though.
The laptop is aluminum, which I think is nice because they're advertising mobility.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a laptop for a while. It got the shit beat out of it when I was moving it around. But it also had plastic.
Yeah.
It's 1/2 inch thick. Or a little over half. It's 0.59 inch thin laptop. Not thick, thin.
Alright.
It does not come with the mouse.
Okay.
Here's more on the Razer phone. So it's like, you can get the mouse, but you're going to pay more. And since it's a Razer product, I'm going to guess you're going to spend like $80 for this mouse.
You can't just plug in any mouse?
I'm sure you could. I'm thinking for those diehard fans out there, they're like, this is a Razer device. I'm using my Razer phone. I need my Razer mouse and my Razer headphones.
Alright.
Oh.
What else do you got?
I'm looking at the phone right now if you want to know more about that.
Oh, no.
The world's first 120 hertz screen on a mobile phone.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hertz my phone is.
I don't think it matters.
It has 8 gigs of RAM in that phone. That phone looks thick. It's very square. Plays the most demanding games without lag. I don't know if I can believe that.
I mean, I don't know about you, but if I'm just gonna play a game on my phone, if I'm gonna play a game, I don't need a computer that I spent almost $1,500 on.
That's true.
I only am doing this at like meetings and shit I don't want to be.
Yeah,
at
like
that
I don't
can't be here
need
for.
my phone to be able to run fucking Skyrim.
But what if you want to play Skyrim at some family event?
Well, number one, if I don't want to be at the family event, I'm not going to be at the family event.
You're not gonna
And
be
number
there.
two, you shouldn't be playing Skyrim at your family event.
Yeah,
Be
if you're
there,
at the
just don't
family
be
event,
there.
you're there to.
It's
Yeah,
got a 4,000 milliamp battery, which is the largest capacities found in any smartphone. I don't know how long that lasts.
All right, I think that is. I think that's it for the Archives podcast this week.
Yeah.
Every week, Saturday night, we get together and we do one of these shindigs. So unless any of you have some closing final words, I think that's
I might buy this phone.
about you.
Yeah.
You got anything?
don't buy that phone.
I'm gonna
Alright,
buy that
so-
phone.
Eventually, there will be a video about phones like this on the Archives channel, the main one, Archives Media. It'll be in the link in the description side of the channel bar. Check it out. This is it for the podcast.